What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. We are on a massive run. We're crushing the books lately, 17-0 in the last 2 days. Perfect record in the last 2 days in the VIP. I gave away 2 free winners in this channel. So if you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on the link in the description where it says free picks. That way you can get the alerts, even if I don't create a video, and you get the alerts for the free picks. I've been giving away a lot of winners. January was massive, and February already started very good as well. Stay tuned to this video. I'm going to hook you guys up with one very strong parlay. There's only 4 games, but I found 2 plays that are going to be very strong in the NBA. It's going to be a 2-leg parlay like I've been doing. There's only one little thing that I don't like about one of the plays, but I'm going to explain that and how I'm going to play it so that it can kind of mitigate that risk. So I'm going to explain all of that. Stay tuned to this video. So like I mentioned, guys, I'm going to show you all the receipts. We're actually on a back-to-back of undefeated wins. 8-0 on Saturday, 9-0 yesterday. So that brings our total in the last 2 days to 17-0 on a sweep for the last 2 days in the VIP. And if you've been subscribed and you've been watching the videos, I gave away 2 winners in the last 2 days. Also, please make sure you subscribe. That way you can get the alerts whenever I post these videos, and check out the free picks in the description. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you guys one very strong play in the NBA. But first, let me just show you very quickly what happened yesterday, and then I'll get right into the plays. So I broke down this entire play. I said how the Bulls had won the day before that, and they played each other. So I broke down this game pretty heavily. I said that the Bulls were going to lose this game because all the reasoning saying that they were going to go back-to-back. They stayed in Miami, and it was very difficult for one team to play the same team back-to-back and then to win twice in a row. So they had won 2 days ago, and then yesterday they ended up getting demolished. They ended up losing by 43 points. Also, this was a very heavy lean on the under. I explained why, because of the injuries, because of the back-to-back situation, all this stuff. And then Miami Heat had a very strong trend on the under. And I said to go on the under, I believe it was like a 237 or something like that. They ended up hitting 225. So the under was a very easy hit. And then the Miami Heat on the money line was also a very easy hit. That wasn't even the full breakdown. The full breakdown, I actually explained how the Thunder were going to win this game. They ended up winning by 10 points. And then this was actually a little bit questionable. I gave all the reasoning why. The Nuggets actually had a very heavy trend, like 75% on the over. And I explained why this was going to go on the under. And it was actually a very big sweat because I kept looking at the line. And then in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, the line was all the way at 243 or something like that. And it was a big sweat. But then towards the end, I guess they sat down Jokic, and this ended up hitting on the under. You can see the score right there was 232, which was very close. So that's actually the play that I gave away as an official play yesterday. So if you don't believe me, go check out the video. I broke down why this play was so strong. Now, very quickly, I'm going to go through the other plays very, very fast. I took the Heat, and then I took the Seahawks. This one I actually took it live when they were up, so I ended up paying a little bit more juice, but now I'm just waiting for the Seahawks to play. But I did end up winning this bet right here. I ended up taking the Bulls again on the under. Over here you can see I had them at an under 249. They only scored 225. I took the Thunder again to bring down the odds. You can see they ended up paying pretty decent right there. This one I actually ended up cashing out, but I took the Pistons on the -5.5. They ended up winning by, 40 or 50 points or something crazy. I also took this one, the Spurs on the under and the Celtics on the under. The Celtics was a very, very easy win. I think they only scored like 186 points total. And then this one was a little bit interesting. I had mentioned that the Celtics were supposed to win by 18 points. When I was looking at the odds and stuff like that, I didn't like it, so I just stayed away. But then when the game started, I got an alert, and I looked on there, and they were down by 13 points. So they were literally losing the game 13-0 in the first quarter. So I hammered this -8.5 because I knew they were supposed to win by 18, and I got very good odds. You can see right there. They ended up winning this game very, very easily and covering the spread. Then I also took this on the under straight up, under 239.5, the Heat and the Bulls. Then I also took the Celtics on the under with the Bucks. Like I said, this was a very easy win. They only scored like 186 points. And then we had an NHL pick for the Hurricanes. So again, guys, that was a 9. I just wanted to show you the proof. There was 9 wins, 0 losses. I'm going to get right into the play now. So one of the first things I like to look at is the back-to-back. There's only one team that's actually on a back-to-back, which is the Clippers. Also, the Clippers are missing Paul George. He got suspended for 25 games. for some drug usage or whatever. So I did take a look heavily on the 76ers, but I just don't like the way there was a lot of things that I just didn't like. So that, anyways, the Clippers are on a back-to-back. 76ers are 1 day rest advantage. Now, the next thing I like to look at is the SharpEdge tool. It gives me all the projections. It gives me all the breakdowns of all the games. If you don't have access to this tool, go to the link in the description, click on the SharpEdge, and that gives you 2 weeks for free on this tool. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this, there's only 4 games. The Hornets are supposed to win this by 8 points. The Rockets are supposed to win this by 4 points. Timberwolves are supposed to win this by 3 points. And then the Clippers are supposed to win this by 4 points. And like I mentioned, the Clippers are actually on a back-to-back and they're missing Paul George. Now let me get right into the first play. The first play, I'm going to go with the Rockets and the Pacers. I'm going to be looking on the under. Let me tell you why. This projection shows 112 versus 108. That's a grand total of 220. The opening line started at a 222. It's currently at a 219. What that means is that the line dropped 3 points. Also, very important, you can see the over is 84% of the bets and 84% of the money is coming in on the over. So the public is going very heavily on the over, yet the line and the sharps are pushing it down 3 points. So this is considered a reverse line move. I'm going to give you the reasoning why I think that's happening, but let me get a little bit deeper into the details here. First thing you want to look at here is the total points. If you look at the Houston Rockets, they've gone on the under, which is almost on the 89% hit rate on the under for Houston. Now also Van Vliet, he's been out, but Durant is the new one. He's actually just, I think he sprained his ankle or something happened with his ankle or something like that, but he's out. So this is another reason why this should be looking on the under, because like I said, it's almost an 89% hit rate overall. That includes Durant. Now you take Durant off the board, that's already like 20 to 25 points off the board. And if you follow basketball, you know that Halliburton is out for the season. He's been out pretty much the entire season. So this is actually a very simple read. It's going to be the public is all over the over, yet 89% of the trends for Houston is on the under. They're missing one of their key players. So is the Pacers. They're missing Halliburton. But again, that's been baked in for a long time. So all these numbers are baked in. But again, the line is dropping 3 points. So tell me this, if 90% of the money or 84% of the money and 84% of the bets is coming in on the over, why is the line shifting down? So that's why I'm taking this. This is a very clear, sharp reverse line move. So the first leg of this is going to be Houston and the Pacers on the under. I'm going to give you the exact line that I'm going with. But first, let me give you the breakdown of the other game. And then I'll give you the exact slip that I'm taking. So this one is not as clear as the other one, but I'm going to give you the reasoning why. And then one of the things that I don't like in general. So you can see right here, the Timberwolves are 116 projected versus 113 on the Grizzlies. Grizzlies don't cover spreads. You can see right here, they're only 30% at home. Now, one of the things I really don't like is that Minnesota started at an 8.5. It's currently at a -7.5. What this means is that the line is actually being pushed in the favor of Memphis. Even though Minnesota has 79% of the money, 80% of the bets, and I've been burned before, so just be careful with this. I'm just a high risk tolerant person. I'm not taking the spread. I'm actually taking the money line on this one. I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm playing it, like I said, but just be aware that this is actually a reverse line move and is going in Memphis' favor. So I would not touch the spread in any which way on this game. Now, Anthony Edwards is questionable. That might be the reason why this line is dropping towards the Memphis, is because he's questionable. He just might not play. But if he doesn't play, then the line is actually going to go even more towards Memphis, is my opinion. But he is questionable as it sits right now. Now, if you look, also Randall's also questionable. So it's too. When I took the screenshot, it was too early. You can check it before you place your bet if you want. But if you look overall, just look at how many injuries are on this side. The big one is Morant. He's out. Pippen is out. Edie is out. So they just have a lot of questionable, and a lot of people are out. That's actually 7 players that are out for Memphis. If you look at their starters, Cedric Coward and Ty Jerome, if you've never heard of these dudes, there's a reason for that. Now, if you're not as risk tolerant as I am, you want to just wait for the injury report. You want to make sure that Anthony Edwards is going to play and Julius Randle is going to play. That's if you're not risk tolerant like I am. I'm taking it the way it is on the money line, and then I'm going to give you the other leg. Now, before I give you the other leg, there's 2 more slots for the rest of this VIP for the rest of the year. This is the last 2 people that are going to be able. I actually sold out the day before. and then I sold out yesterday. But because we hit 17-0, I'm going to give 3 more people a chance. Actually, one of them already got taken this morning. So there's 2 more slots for 71% off for the rest of the year. I'm probably not going to offer this again the rest of the year. So if you want to lock it in, 71% discount for the rest of this year, send me a text message. The link is also going to be in the comments and the description. But if you can't find the link, send me a text. Let me know you want to take advantage of the 1 year rest of the year pass for 2026. Now, just a very little quick detail here is that if you use Klarna, you can do $26 a month for that, or you do 4 payments of $72 for the rest of the year. And that includes all the plays, including hockey, college basketball, NHL, and basketball, plus all the player props and the UFC if anything's available as well. Now, a few more pointers on why I took Minnesota, just so you know, I'm not just throwing random crap out there. As you already know, I do my research, but these are all, I'm not going to get into every single one of these details, but just take a look at this. Memphis on the spread, whenever they've played Minnesota, they've covered this 4 out of 4, which is 100%. Whenever they're at a 7.5, they've covered this 100% of the time. Whenever they're at a -8, they cover it 100% of the time. Whenever they're at a -8.5, they've covered it 100% of the time. So now they're supposed to be winning this game overall in every single quarter. Now, one final key note that there's other information which I'm not going to get into, but there's a lot of other good information on why Minnesota's going to win this game. The last time they played each other 2 days ago, Minnesota won by 17 points. Plus, they're going against a G League team with all the injuries on the Memphis side. And finally, Memphis is on a 6-game losing streak as well. All right, guys, so here's the play. It's going to be the Timberwolves on the money line, and then I'm taking the Houston Rockets and the Pacers on the under 232. If you put these together, you're going to get the odds of -143. If you can't get alternate lines in your book, send me a text message and let me know, like, hey, I'm interested in getting the sports book that allows alternate lines. I have access to 2 different books that I can hook you guys up with. Just please send me a text message. Let me know if you're interested in getting alternate lines. So you might be able to get these lines. I can't guarantee that because these lines shift all the time, but at least you'll have access to alternate lines. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all, man. We're about to cross 3,600 subscribers. If you haven't done so, take the extra moment to click on subscribe. Also, check out the free picks and then check out the VIP packages inside the description. And also, the last thing is the 2 weeks on the SharpEdge tool. You get that access for free for 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day.